Hey guys, Eric and Roth here. We're at New York Comic Con, but we are going to talk about the Walking Dead Season 5 premiere. Full spoilers, which you should have just seen if you're watching this video. So here we go. It was a big premiere. It was definitely one of those big, like, let's go for broke, action, zombie-filled episodes.
All of it. I mean, Greg Nicotero directed this episode. He often directs the season opener, and he loves, I mean, he's a makeup effects artist. He loves zombies. And so, man, there was some nasty business. And I love the nasty business, too. I like the gore, so that was great for me. But it was also, they'd sort of promised one of their biggest openers yet in terms of the action, and they certainly delivered there as well. And I thought that it had an emotional impact. You?
No, I thought it was a really good episode, and I do think that, when everyone was reunited at the end, and when, Rick was reunited with his baby, it was emotional. It was a nice, like, Carol and Daryl, that was great, just seeing these characters, because there was definitely some frustrations in the second half of last season with them split up and some episodes being stronger than others, and I thought that this was, though, okay, they're back together. The gang is back together.
I gotta say, I love the Daryl and Carol moment. That just got me right here. I will also say this, that I thought that this was like the definitive answer. They'd sort of belabored a little bit last season, this question about how can you be in this apocalypse. And they basically, by the end of it, had Rick and Carol meet. They almost had an unspoken meeting of the minds.
Yeah.
They were sort of on the same page about how ruthless that you had to be, but that you could still be a human being to the people that you care about.
There was definitely a we're cool vibe to that embrace.
It's all good. Let's go kill those other MOs.
Let's talk about the fact of a complete kick-ass action hero Carol at this point now.
I love her so much. So I was watching it, and I turned to the person that I was watching it with, and this was the moment. I love Carol already. I thought she's had one of the best arcs on this series. I think Melissa McCarthy, good God. Melissa McBride has done a tremendous job, but the moment that I really laughed out loud about how much I love Carol is when she comes back and Tyrese is like, he put his hands around you, and she's like, hold up, I'm gonna go kill him.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's cool, he's already dead.
Right.
I took care of it, Carol. You don't have to kill anybody else today.
Carol is a doer.
She's a doer. She's not a bullet thinker.
No, yeah,
she's a thinker too, though.
Yeah, she became a really great character, which is pretty amazing when you look at how she began on this show.
But Rick was great too. I think that he's sort of found that place in himself too. Do you think that it was a little crazy or too ruthless to be like, no, we got to take them all out, or do you think that was the exact right call?
I mean, I don't want to say morality-wise whether it was the right call, but I bought it for the character and where he is, which is obviously the point, to the point that, at one point he didn't even want to let that guy out of, that other prisoner. And I can't remember what character said to them. Was it Glenn? He's like, this can't be who we are.
Yeah, we can't be this way, which is why they're such a great balance for each other. But I think Rick was absolutely right. Like, they're not going to hesitate to kill us or anybody else. We need to take them out. They are a threat, period.
Yeah.
And I think he was totally right. I love where they've taken him in this episode. How do you think they handled the hunters?
The cannibals, you mean?
Yeah.
That was my one qualm, because I love the opening. I love the reversal of, like, they are getting ready to kick their ass, which was really exciting. But then it's like, no, wait, these guys are smart, and they're not going to just open the door. And it was really, certainly a very intense, oh my God, scene when we're watching those other people be killed next to them. Ultimately, though, I will say the fact that every single one of our characters got out unscathed did diminish the whole build-up to Terminus. The fact that the entire second half of last season was like, oh man, something big's at Terminus, and we got it in the finale. The fact that it's already done, and that basically they were defeated relatively easily with no casualties on, like, the hero's side. I felt that could have been handled a little bit differently. I mean, honestly, I feel like someone should have died probably.
Yeah, I will say this. Like, two things. One, I really like this episode, but The Walking Dead is not a subtle show, as we know. No. But I think that, like, killing them all just up to the point of a person we know,
and then continually
continually almost killing them was a little too much. Like, either kill them or don't, or have, like, another person that we don't know be the one just before. You know what I mean? Like, just it was
who could join the group.
Yeah, who could join the group like that. Either someone that we know has to die, or someone that we don't has to live.
Yeah.
That was one thing, and then the second thing is, like, I understand that they want to get across the thematic. However, like, there were two lines that sort of I was like, we didn't necessarily need that, which was, the leader of the hunter or at Terminus was like, you can't go back, which was, again, the definitive answer to last year's big question, can you go back?
Right.
So I don't know that we needed that. Like, I think the episodes told us that.
The show is
by the
that,
actions, And then the second thing was, I don't know that we needed to hear you're either the butcher or the cattle twice.
Right.
We understand that they were traumatized beyond repair. Although I will say this, that trauma, I don't know why your reaction to that trauma would necessarily be like, let's lead everybody here and kill them and eat them.
Right.
They also had a lot of meat.
There could also be don't let other people in.
There's just like, exactly. I was like, or don't let people in. Like, why? They had so much meat. They were killing like 7 people. I'm like, you have no refrigeration. Where are you storing this meat?
Right.
Like, are you using salt? Where are you getting salt? How are you preserving this meat?
They just got into it at a certain point.
We just like murder.
But, you know, it was definitely delivered as far as like the spectacle of it all, the shootout and all that. But yeah, I just felt like Terminus, there need to be a little more. They had to come out of that. Something had to happen that didn't, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess they wanted a hopeful ending with them all reunited. So I guess if someone had gotten killed, eaten along the way, maybe not. But
there was a lot about it I really liked. I think that could have been handled with a little bit more subtlety. But overall, really strong start.
Yeah.
I hope it continues.
Yeah, and then let's talk about that final scene.
Okay. Yes. Did you guys see the post-credit scene? If you didn't see it, go back to your DVR and watch it now. Now, what the heck?
I mean, I just thought it was a cool surprise. I'm glad that they were able to keep it a surprise. You know, this character, Morgan's only appeared twice on the show, but he's had a big impact. Big impact both times. Great actor. So the fact that now it seems we can think, he's in a better place.
He does not look like he's in a better place to me.
I don't know. At least he's like stable. I mean, but he also looks determined. He looks like he's on a mission
to kill some folks.
Yeah. So we'll see. But
maybe our folks.
I'm excited by that, though. I'm excited to like have him out there and to know that it looks like he's going to get a big storyline this time. So.
That is an interesting choice. That's a very interesting choice, and I'm sort of wondering what that means in terms of how much this season will remix the comics.
Yeah. We'll see. So that's what we thought of The Walking Dead Season 5 premiere. What did you think? Let us know in the comments. For plenty more on The Walking Dead, keep it here at IGN.